Back on Inside Tennessee with the political predictions for 2022. Susan, we're going to lead off with you. Your political winner overall of 2022 will be?
Well, this will be a little bit strange, but I'm reading the tea leaves, and I think the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, or Mayor Pete, as he's better known, he may very well be the winner in 2022. There's already talk about him running for president in 2024. Everybody's assuming that Joe Biden will not run again. And so Buttigieg is sort of making, after he took his maternity leave or whatever you call that, he has been back. He's been in the focus quite a bit. This infrastructure bill that was passed is going to feature him probably in every state and every county. And so I think he's going to be somebody that's really going to be seen a lot and could very well have a very good future.
Don?
Well, two things, Susan. I'll help with your enlightenment. It's family leave, okay?
Oh, thank you. I knew
it's not maternity leave, okay? And two, everybody doesn't assume that Joe Biden is not running again. I actually think he will run, as do many Democrats. So that is to be seen. If he doesn't run, I agree with you. I think Mayor Pete may be the likely candidate or maybe right there. But I will give you, I do think that the winner of the year are the United States Democrats in the Senate. I actually think, and I've looked at these races very closely, I think we could go to 51 or 52. We take the Manchin factor out of play. While we still don't reach the 60 vote threshold, I think U.S. Senate Democrats are going to do well in the 22 elections, looking at the parties and the people that are involved. And I feel good about that. And I think they're going to be the winners.
Susan, how about your political overall loser of 2022?
You know, this depends on what the Supreme Court does. I really think that is really a tough issue. If the court rules against Roe v. Wade, then I think the loser is going to be the Republican Party in this country. I'm hopeful that isn't the case, because I think that just has the option to dominate everything. Women will turn out in giant numbers like we've never seen if that were to happen. And so our loser would in fact be the Republican Party in the country.
Don?
I actually think I get to say his name again. I think it's going to be Donald Trump, and not for what he did through what I found to be an awful 4 years as president. But I think the January 6th commission will finally expose everything that he was complicit in the insurrection at the Capitol. That, along with the New York prosecution, which is moving along, I think his house of cards will officially and finally, and it should have probably a couple years ago, tumble down in 2022.
Susan, the issue of 2022.
Well, Don, that was a great segue, because I do think Donald Trump is going to be one of the major issues in this country in 2022. There's a group of people in my party that do not want to ever hear from him again or hear his name again. There's another group in my party who still believe the elections were stolen and that Donald Trump was cheated out of the presidency. So he's out there. He's still going out. He's making calls. He's doing rallies. He is certainly controlling. You've got to say right now he is the titular head of the Republican Party. Will he be indicted? One of the things Don brought up, will he still be popular? Will he run in 2024? These are questions that are being asked among our Republican Party every single day. And he is going to be a huge issue in this year.
Don?
Again, Trump is my loser, but I think the issue for me will be where this continued misinformation concerning the stolen and corrupt elections, whether that continues, and whether the right media with Fox and some of these other OAR, or whatever these networks are, whether that continues, because that's bad for our country. We have the best election system in the world, the fairest election system in the world, and they're trying, and legislators and certain elements of political parties on the right are trying to ruin it and wreck it and steal it and make us something other than a democracy. And I think that really is going to be the issue in 2022. We've got to find a way to arrest this problem.
Don Bosch and Susan Williams, we always appreciate the insight, the analysis, and the predictions. What will come in 2022? We'll be there to cover it and hope to see you next week on Inside Tennessee. Our guest, the Speaker of the House, Cameron Sexton. Have a great weekend.
Happy New Year.